ahead and get started, shall we? So happy new year, everyone. As always, I'm happy to see everyone here. So let's roll those shoulders back and push them down, and abs are in tight, right? And we're gonna go side to side, side to side. Right, remember, if you don't want to pick your foot up off the floor and tap, then just kind of shift from side to side, maybe just lift your heel up off the floor. Any movement is better than no movement. Right, we're just getting the muscles moving and loosened up. See if we can step forward for a step or two, and step back for a step or two, and step forward for a step or two, and step back for a step or two, and step forward, and step back. Good. Let's do it one more time, and then we're going to change things up a little bit. Good, and change your arms. Right, and then change that leg movement to a heel raise behind you. Good. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and then just march. Good. Try to move your arms and your legs and march out wide. Good. March back in. March out wide. March back in. Good. March out wide. March back in. One more time. March out wide. And march back in. Good. Now let's step forward and punch and alternate. Step and punch, step and punch, step and punch, step and punch. Good. Now, if you want to have a virtual recipient at the end of that punch, I'm not going to stop you. However, I cannot condone violence. Good. 4, 3, 2, and let's change that to uppercut, 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 and maybe touch your toes back. Good. Up, down, up, down. So you want to feel this a little bit in the back of the shoulder. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and biceps curls at high knee. Right, upper body stays up nice and tall. Use the wall, use the chair if you need to for a little balance or a little support. And remember, at any point, if you need to take a little break, take a little break. If you need a drink, grab a drink. Good. Let's do one more. Good work. All right. Maybe roll your shoulders back a time or two. And then we're going to move into a little bit of balance work. So if you need your chair or you need the wall, go right ahead. Okay, so we're going to start today picking one foot up off the floor. If you need to, remember, you can put those toes back on the floor. All right, so up tall, shoulders back and down, abs are in tight. Try to soften the knee on the leg that you're standing on and relax your toes, okay? And 3, 2, 1, pick your foot up. Try to stay up really tall. If you have a mirror, maybe you can check and make sure you're not leaning to one side. Right, but abs are in really tight. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Try to find a non-moving focal point for your gaze because that really helps. And try to make sure you're looking ahead and not down at the floor. All right, just a few more seconds. Good job. Step your foot down. Woo. Shake out your legs. Breathe. And then let's get reset for the other side. Right, so up tall, make sure those abs are in tight. 3, 2, 1. Pick it up. Good. And remember, the core plays a big part in balance. The brain does too. Try to find that non-moving focal point. Remember, none of us stand still like a statue. So just do what you can. 5 seconds left. Good work. Set it down. Shake your legs out a little bit. Come a little bit closer to the chair or the wall, whatever you use for support, right? And then either feet together or one foot halfway in front of the other or heel toe. Whatever you're used to standing at, try to stand there. Right, because today we're going to push it by closing our eyes. So rest your fingertips lightly on the chair back, lift up really tall, abs in tight, and then slowly close your eyes. Try to stay up really tall, only using as much of your hand on the chair or the wall for support as you need to. And breathe. Not so easy. Good. All right. Open your eyes. Good. Step your feet apart. Shake it out. So we made that one a little bit shorter than we normally would if we weren't closing our eyes, because closing your eyes is really hard. Okay. Let's switch legs. So make sure that the one that was behind is now in front. And then shift your weight forward a little bit. Put your fingertips on the chair. Right? Try not to let your shoulder come up. And 3, 2, 1. Let's close our eyes. Breathe. Remember, do what you can. Try not to stress over it. Good. All right, open your eyes. Good job. Take your feet apart a little bit. Right, hand on the chair or the wall. Again, as lightly as you can manage, abs and tight. I'm starting with my left knee. Knee up, leg back. Knee up, leg back. Remember, we want to focus as much on lifting that leg behind us as we are on coming forward. And try to really extend that leg back. Extend it back, bring it up. Extend it back, bring it up. Extend it back. Good, let's just do one more on this leg. Good job, set it down. Shake them out a little bit maybe, and then let's switch. And back, and up, and back. Up, leg back. Up, leg back. Up, leg back. Good. Go at your own pace, remember? Good, and one more time. Good job, set it down. Grab a quick drink and then we'll get our tube or band if you have one. And if you don't have one, just use your body weight or light weight. Very good. All right. So let's grab that tube or band. Okay, we're gonna shorten it up a little bit. Arms out in front. Remember, a little bit lower than your shoulders, so chest level, not shoulder level. And go out and in, out and in, out and in, out. Try to keep your elbows pretty straight. Good. And breathe. And when the arms come out, see if you can maybe pinch your shoulder blades together a little bit. Right. And if this is really easy, you need to shorten up your tube or band a little bit. 3. Try to bring your hands all the way together in front. Last time. Good job. Lower the arms down. Roll your shoulders forward a time or 2 or even 3. Roll them back. Let's really shorten it up. I'm going to start moving my left arm first. So I'm going to anchor my right hand on the front of my shoulder. I'm going to pick up my left elbow. And my left hand is facing my body. Right? And then when I go out, my left hand is facing forward and back in. Out, in, out. And again, if I were to look at you from the right, if you're doing the left arm, I should barely be able to see that left arm moving. When it's extended, I shouldn't be able to see it at all. Right? So we want that shoulder to stay down, both shoulders for that matter. And we want that arm to come straight out from the shoulder. You want to try to squeeze that arm straight. Three, 2, you can do it. Last time. Good job. Lower the arms down and again, roll at least the left shoulder back. Woo, shake it out a little bit. And then we're going to switch sides. Now the left hand gets to rest, the right elbow comes up, but the shoulder stays down and go out, in. Now just remember, just because you have 2 arms doesn't mean they're equally strong, right? So adjust the length of your tube or band if you need to, or if you have weights, you adjust the weights that you have. And try to keep that elbow up and out to the side. Good job. One more time. Good job. Lower down. Roll at least that right shoulder forward. Roll it back. Good job. All right. I'm going to bring it around behind me. Okay. I'm going to shorten it up a little bit and I'm pushing my arms out to the side and I can tell that wasn't short enough. Good. So now I'm going to tap forward and cross my arms in front. I'm tapping my legs forward, that is, right? And try to alternate which arm goes on top. And try to bring those arms all the way out and feel it. Adjust the length if you need to. 4, 3, 2, last one. Good job. Put it down. Grab your handle or cane or stick or whatever you have. If you don't have one, you can do it without. It's just nice to have a prop to do it with, right? Feet apart, hands are out super wide, and we're bringing them all the way up and back down, and all the way up and back down. So we want to try to keep the elbows pretty straight and up, and feel that stretch in the chest muscles, which are right where your arms join your torso. And back. Just bring your arms up as high as you can. Sometimes the shoulders might start out a little bit stiff, and this actually helps to loosen them up. But this is a really good way to combat these muscles getting too tight and pulling us forward and making the shoulders and the upper back round. We don't like that. Let's do one more time after this one. Right, so one more time. Good work, everyone. Okay, let's set it aside. Okay, and then go ahead and pick up your tube or band or weights if you're using weights again. And we're gonna put it back behind us. Good. And this time, we're gonna start on the right side, right? So we're gonna go up first, up, okay? Everybody ready? Here we go. Up, 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 up. Good. Remember, if it's too much, focus on the upper body movement rather than the lower body. 2, 1, let's go left, up, up. Remember, it doesn't have to be super fast. In fact, it shouldn't be. Two more. Let's go right. Up, 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 up. Last one, back to the left. Short set, only 6. Some of you might have noticed that the left side set was longer last time. So we're making them even. 3, 2, 1. Now, cross in front, alternating sides. Cross in front, cross in front, cross in front. Try to really get that arm to extend and then pull it back. Extend, pull it back, extend. Now, if you want to raise your foot off the floor, that's fine too. Just please don't lose your balance and fall. If you'd rather keep your feet planted, I'm fine with that too. Over, over, over. Use those arms. Abs are in tight. Push, 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 push. 3 on each side. Now 2. Last one. Good job. Lower your arms down. Ooh. Roll your shoulders back. Good job, everyone. All right, we're going to step on it now. Good. So your breathing might be a little accelerated at this point, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing to get your breathing to accelerate as long as you can bring it back down again. Right, so make an X. See if you can switch the handles if you have handles or ends. And if you don't have handles or ends, just put your hands at the front of your legs and step your feet nice and wide apart, and then pinch those shoulder blades. Pinch them, pinch, pinch. Abs are in really tight. Pinch, 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 pinch. Good. How about 3 more? 3, 2, 1. Good work. And release down. Undo your X. Let's keep the feet this wide apart. Maybe even widen them a little bit. If you want to stand in front of your chair, feel free. Shorten up your tube or band if you have one. Right? Anchor your hands at one point on your legs. Pull those abs in really tight. Shoulders are back and down. Chin is tucked a little bit. And we're going to push back into our heels and come forward and up and tuck your tush a little bit. And push back, stand up, breathe. So we're abs and tight. We're inhaling on the way up. And as we come forward, we're looking down at the floor and not out in front of us. The hands are staying on one point on the sides of your legs. So my elbows are bending as I come forward and straightening as I lift up, and I'm pushing back into my heels. And I'm squeezing my tush at the top, and back, and squeeze at the top, and push back, and squeeze at the top, and push back, and squeeze at the top, and push back, and squeeze at the top. Let's do 2 more. Push back, and squeeze at the top, and push back, and squeeze at the top. Good job, everyone. All right, so now bring your feet closer together. Try to maintain this length on the tube if you can, or band. All right, shoulders are back and down, abs and tight. We're gonna bend the right side of the waist first. Here we go. Right, center. We're staying to the right. Down, up, right, center. Right, those abs are in really tight. Bend the right side of your waist. Of course, if you have any kind of back or spinal issues, make the movement smaller. Good. Abs are in really tight. Try not to let your head move on its own. It's attached to your neck, but it's staying in the same alignment. Don't let that left shoulder pull up. We're pinching the right side of the waist. How about 4? Abs in really tight. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Come center. Reorganize a little bit if you need to. Make sure your feet aren't too wide apart. Let's go left. Down, up. Try to keep breathing. Remember, too, the knees are staying pretty straight. Both feet are staying flat. Good job, everyone. 6, 5, keep that right shoulder back. 3, 2, 1. Good work, everyone. If you have a tuber band, let it go down to full length. And if you can, make that X again. Okay, we're gonna start with the feet pretty close together. We're gonna bring the hands up to the outsides of the hip. And we're gonna start going to the left first. I'm gonna move forward so my chair isn't in the way. We're gonna take 3 steps to the left and then 3 steps to the right. All right, here we go. Left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, left. Make sure your toes are pointing forward, right, left, shoulders stay back and down, right, abs are in tight, left. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling these. Right, left, right. Let's do it one more time. You can do it. Try to keep those legs moving. Right. All right, now out and in, alternate. Left, right. Try to keep going. If it's getting really hard, let your arms come down a little. Loosen up that band a little bit. Make sure that you're staying upright. Right, shoulders are staying over your hips. Remember, it's fun. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Woohoo. All right. Keep your feet close together. Undo your X. Make sure it feels pretty equal on both sides. Elbows in at your waist, palms forward. We're going to curl up, down, up, down. Remember, try to keep those elbows under your shoulders. Shoulders stay back. We keep the feet closer together because this is a hard movement, right? If it's too hard, take one foot off your tube, or you could alternate arms. Good. Let's do 3, 2, last time. Woo! Good job. Shake out your arms a little bit. One more thing to do with the tube or band, and then we're done with it. Take your feet nice and wide. Bring your hands behind you. Press back. Try to relax your fingers. Press back. If you can, don't let your hands come all the way down and touch the backs of your legs. Try to keep them up a little bit. Right? Shoulders are back. Chest is up. Abs are in tight. Feel this in the triceps, the back of the upper arm. It feels great, in case you were wondering. Good, let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Come on off your tube or band, set it aside. Woo. Roll your shoulders forward, right? Big shoulder rolls forward and roll them back. Good job. Grab a quick drink. All right. Good work, everyone. Okay. So grab that bar again if you have one. If you don't have one, just going to use your arms. It's fine. So if you don't have one, just hold your hands right here at your waist, like this, with your elbows bent and your palms up. And if you have one, same thing, right here like this, right? And we're going to push the arms up, pull them back. So we're not straightening or bending, right? We're just raising the arms, lowering them. In a perfect world, we want to try to keep the elbows pointing forward like this, right? And not going out like that. Because believe it or not, it makes a difference in terms of what muscles we're using. Do what you can. Sometimes, again, the shoulders are tight, or maybe they have some damage and they don't want to move so well, right? We're not doing this with weights yet, so I hope nobody has weights yet. Let's do one more. Good work. So now we all have an idea of what the movement should be like. So go ahead and grab your lightest weight, or if you want to even use one weight and hold it like this, you could certainly do this type of a movement, or hold one weight in each hand. And let's try that same thing again. Push up, down, up. Feels a little different when we're not holding something that only weighs a pound. Up. Please don't hit yourself in the head. That's what I tell my clients here. Try not to hit yourself in the head. That would be most unfortunate. Remember, the elbows are staying at 90 degrees, right? They're not straightening or bending. Let's do one more. Good work. All right, set those weights down, roll your shoulders a little bit. Now, we're going to do a leg strengthening exercise. If your balance is off at all, if your legs are not all that strong, then please do this one seated. So we're going to put a hand on the chair. I have a weight. I'm putting it down by my right knee, and I'm going to pick my right knee up, down. So if you're seated, you're going to do the same thing, except seated, right? So abs are in tight, right? Put that weight down by your knee. If your arms are short, I apologize, my arms are kind of short. So we're going to go knee up, knee down. Having not quite so long arms does make you have to lean forward a tiny bit so you can get the weight down far enough. So abs are in tight, hand on the chair just lightly. How about 4, 3, 2, Last one. Good work, everyone. Shake out your legs. Both legs were working. And we're going to switch sides. Okay, so now we're going to do the right or the left leg. Sorry. So abs in tight, chest up, and knee up, down. Sometimes we can do it standing on one leg and we have to sit for the other leg. That's fine. Good. Make sure you really use your core, abs in tight. Just one more. Good work. Set the weight down. Great. Put a hand on the chair. Swing your legs forward and back just a few times. Good. And then switch. Good. Now we're going to turn toward the chair back. Right. Stand close to it so your legs are under you and not back here. Right. Pick one leg. Let's see, which leg did I do first last time? Okay, so one leg goes back and we're going to go heel up, down, up, down. So we want to try to keep this knee, in my case, my left knee, I want to keep it behind my right knee. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Ooh, feel it in the back of your leg. 3 more. 2, 1. Good work, everyone. Woo. Shake them out a little bit. All right, and then we're going to switch legs. Remember, if you want to do this seated, you have to scoot over to the side of the chair like this, right? And then just kind of do it like this. Remember, doing something is better than doing nothing. All right, so other side, stay up tall, abs are tight, heel up, down. Try to keep that knee back. Three, 2, 1. Good job. All right, let's have a quick seat. Just a quick seat. Pick a knee, bring it up to your chest. We're not going to hold this one for 30 seconds. We just want to get sort of a stretch in. Good. And then switch legs and hug it in. And smile. Good job. All right, we're going to stand up again. And we're going to do this one again, but with weights. So if you want to stand in front of your chair, then by all means do. Pick up the heaviest weights that you can. Remember, you're bending your knees and at the hip and then pushing straight up. Okay, and feet are nice and wide and arms are by your sides and abs are in tight. And we're pushing back into our heels and lifting up. So we're pushing back, hands stay by the sides of the legs. They go about to your knees, but no lower. Really focus on pushing back. Inhale up. Abs stay in tight, supporting the low back. Now, for some of us, we can only get this far back. That's fine. Do what you can. Some of us could go further, but there's not a whole lot of point in going further. We want to push back more. Keep your chin down so as you come forward, you're looking down at the floor and not out in front of you. Right, shoulders stay back, shoulder blades are pinching together a little bit so the upper back isn't rounding too much. 3, good. 2, you can do it. One more time. Good work. And let's set these weights down. Whew. And again, swing those legs. We don't want to give these muscles or the low back muscles any opportunity to get tight and twingy, right? So switch legs, swing the other leg just a few times. Turn toward the back of your chair, press your chest down, push your hips out behind you. Keep your knees straight, otherwise those muscles won't stretch. Whew. Good work. Abs and tight. Inhale, stand up. I'm going to grab another drink. It's warm in this room today. I'm not really sure why. Okay, let's grab just one of those heavy weights and we're going to work the sides of the waist again. We're going to work the right side first, just like we did with the tube. So I'm going to hold that weight in my left hand and my right hand is going to come behind my ear. But you could also put it on your shoulder, or if this even bothers you, arm down by your side, right? Feet are only a few inches apart. Here we go. Down, up. Remember, knees stay straight, heels stay down on the floor. Abs are in really tight. Shoulders stay down and back. Good job. Remember too, if you have any spinal or back issues, make it a little bit smaller movement. Remember, when we get toward the end, we're gonna, or after we're finished, we're gonna stretch. So if you want to put the weight down for the stretch, that's fine. 3, 2, last one. If you want to put the weight down, otherwise reach that right arm up, push your hips over to the right a little bit and flex over to the left. See if you can let that weight kind of pull you down into the stretch, keeping your arm back by the side of your head, not letting it fall in front of you. And again, knees stay straight, feet stay flat. Good, and abs and tight. Inhale, lift back up again. Good job. We're going to switch sides. Up tall, right? Fingertips on your left shoulder or behind your left ear. Abs and tight. Here we go. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing is very helpful. Remember, it's fun and it feels great. 3, 2, 1. Set the weight down if you'd like to for the stretch. Otherwise, reach the left arm up. Push your hips over to the left and flex over to the right. See if you can let that weight pull you a little deeper into the stretch, as long as you're not feeling anything in your back other than stretch. Reach. Try to reach with that left arm. Really feel that left side stretching. Good job. And inhale and lift up and release. Good work, everyone. All right. Now, grab 2 lighter weights. If you have any problems bending enough to get down to the floor, then use your chair, or if you have a table in front of you or something else. But what we're going to be doing is this, and then picking them up and standing back up again. If you're using the chair, no fair going like this and not bending your knees. That's cheating, right? So bend your knees, set them down, bend your knees, pick them up, all right? And we're pushing our hips out behind us a little bit. So here we go, down, up, down, up. Remember, we want to try to keep the chest lifted and drop the hips up, and then drop the hips. And I know this is hard. because for a lot of us, our knees just don't want to bend like that, but that is their job. And it is important that we should be able to pick things up off the floor if we need to. Good, let's do it 2 more times. Try to get those knees to bend. My knees complain every single time. I just ignore them. Good work. All right. Now, if you need to swap these weights out for biceps curls, do. We're going to do hammer curls like this. Okay? So get the right weight for you. Position your elbows so that your arms are straight down from your shoulders, right? Not back here, not up here, under here, and then up, down. So ideally, we want the ends of the dumbbells to be able to touch the front of our shoulders. Try to relax your grip as much as you can. Good. Aren't these fun? These are the best. Let's do 4. Try to keep those elbows down. Remember, you can alternate if you need to. 2, upper body stay still. Last one. Good work, everyone. Okay, set those down. We're going to go to the chair. We're going to stand up and sit down. So if you want to use weights, grab some weights. If you don't, that's fine too. And if you need to stay seated, you're going to put the weights out here by your knees and you're going to alternate picking your feet up as high as you can without leaning back. Rather than lean back, you take the weights off or don't pick your feet up quite so high. Okay, for those who are standing and sitting, arms down by your sides or hands up here by your shoulders and feet are out nice and wide. Here we go. Up, down, up, down, up. And we're sitting down lightly like snowflakes, not sitting down like ice balls. I don't know. I'm having a hard time coming up with that one. But we want to be as light as we can. And when you sit down, do make sure that you're sitting up tall, right? So don't stay forward, sit up, and then come up again. And we're pushing into our heels. And again, I know it doesn't sound like it makes sense, but pulling those abs in tight is really helpful. Because part of this exercise does involve your abdominal and back muscles. One more time. Good work, everyone. If you're using weights, set them aside. Lean back a little bit, pick a knee, bring it into your chest. If you really felt these in the front of your leg, hold below the knee. And if not, hold behind it. Breathe. Good job. And let's switch. Good job, everyone. Okay, now we're going to work those shoulders a little bit more with some halos. I know those are a crowd favorite. So we're going to grab one weight and bring it up in front of your forehead, right? Elbows are down in front. And then we're going to rotate the arms and the weight all the way around the head. Now, no fair going over the top. Remember, I can see some of you, although I will admit not that closely, because you're about 1 inch high and 1.5 inches wide. Right? So try to keep the arms up and don't let them come down. So this exercise is all about the arms and the shoulders. We're trying not to move our head out of the way. Next time you come in front, pause and change direction. Right, try to keep the arms lifted and I see some people going over the top of the head. You got to get those shoulders moving so you can go behind your head without moving your head out of the way. Let's go around one more time. These are so much fun. Woo! And lower down. Good work, everyone. Set the weight down. Loosen up your shoulders. Roll them forward a time or 2. Roll them back a time or even 4. Okay. Now we're going to leave our shoulders alone for a little bit, and we're going to work the legs again. So you're going to stand this way with your chair or the wall, right? We're going to try not to lean. We're going to stay up tall. It's okay to bend your knees a little bit. I'm taking the foot that's furthest away from the chair and going up, down, up. It's not a very big movement, and I'm not letting mine hit the floor at the bottom, but if you need to touch the floor, then touch the floor, right? Remember, it's not just what we do, but how we do it. So we want that upper body to stay nice and tall. Shoulders stay over the hips. Toes point forward or inward a little bit. And feel it out here. I'm feeling it probably more because I have ankle weights on. But I also feel it in the leg that I'm standing on. Let's do 2 more. Good job. Woo. Shake it out a little bit. I'm going to switch my chair to the other side. Right? Same thing, standing up tall, abs are in tight, trying not to lean, right? And out, in. Toes point forward. And periodically, you might want to glance down. Make sure that that leg isn't pushing back. It's not coming forward, straight out. And it's a small range of motion. It's not constant motion either. It's lift, lower, lift, lower. So we can really control the movement, and we're not using momentum because momentum does not help us to build strength. So even if you can't do as many as I do, do what you can and do it really well. Quality over quantity. Let's do 1 more. Good job. Step your foot down. Whew. Shake them out a little bit. All right, now we're going to go around in front, around behind, around in front, and feel free to move if you need to so that you can really let that leg swing around behind, around in front, around behind, around in front, around behind, around in front, around behind. So we're loosening up the hips. Let's do 1 more time. Good job. Shake them out a little bit if you need to, and we're going to switch. Around in front, around behind, around in front, around behind, around in front, around behind. Good. And abs are in tight. Around behind, around in front, around behind, around in front, around behind. Good. Let's do it twice more. Last time. Good job. Since we're already here, step your feet apart a little bit, not too far back from the chair, and push your hips back and press your chest down toward the floor and feel the stretch up the backs of your legs and into your low back. And if you're doing this in the chair, Make sure you come out toward the front edge of the chair. Extend your legs out in front of you, heels down, toes up, knees straight. And then if you can lean forward, do. But if you need to stay upright because the muscles are tight, then you do that. All right, now abs in tight and inhale up tall. All right, now we're gonna stay right here, but we're gonna cross one leg in front of the other. Doesn't matter which, we're gonna do both, right? So make sure your feet are more side by side and not heel toe. And then we're gonna do the same thing, push back. So you wanna be close enough to the chair that you could rest your forehead on the chair back if you wanted to. Shoulders are back away from your ears. Abs are in tight. Feel this down the outsides of your legs. Should feel it a little bit more in the leg that's behind, but not necessarily, because sometimes they're just really tight and we feel it in both legs. Good. All right, and let's inhale back up. Let's switch legs. Right? I like to make sure I'm staying kind of in the center of the chair back, but that might just be me. And then push back, shoulders back, abs are in tight. So we're kind of pushing our hips back behind us and putting more weight in our heels than our toes. But I don't want you to feel like you're going to lose your balance. Right? So we want to try not to be pulling on the chair, but more pushing downward on the chair. And smile and think happy thoughts. We're almost there. Good work, everyone. Inhale and lift up. All right, we're going to have a seat on that chair. Okay, we're going to stay out toward the front edge of the chair. And we're going to pick a leg and we're going to cross ankle over knee. So whichever leg is the supporting leg, try to get that leg to be straight out in front of your hip. If you need to extend that leg, that's fine. If you need to put your ankle just below the knee, that's fine too. Right? Try to make sure that you're sitting up tall and put a little bit of pressure just above the knee. Right? So that we can really feel that stretch right around the hip. Smile, think happy thoughts. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can lean forward a little bit. And trust me, you're going to feel a difference. Good, let's release. Put that foot down and we're going to switch sides. So make sure that that foot is knees in front of your hip and then ankle over knee. Extend the leg if you need to. Put the ankle below the knee if you need to. Good. And then gently press down. Try not to lean back. Sometimes it's hard to feel where we are in space. So this is why if you have a mirror, it's really helpful. Or if you have a workout partner and they're not too critical, they might tell you whether you're up tall or if you're leaning back. And breathe and remember, this is good for us. Stretching, so good. And this is why we do it. Woo. And let's release. And we're going to scoot over to one side of the chair. I'm going to scoot over to the right side of my chair. I'm holding on with my left hand. I'm staying out in the front of my chair. And I'm lowering that right leg back. I'm sitting up as tall as I can, abs in tight, and then I'm pushing my torso back. So I feel that stretch right here in the front of my leg and up into the front of my hip. Holding on so you don't feel like you're going to fall off. And remember, that knee should be nowhere near the floor unless your thighs, your femurs are really long or the chair's low. Breathe. We want to hold this one a little bit extra time because it's so important. Good work. And sit up. Bring that foot forward and let's switch sides. Good. And hold on to the chair. Right. Make sure that the left side of your tush is off the chair. The right side is on. Take that left knee down toward the floor, left foot back. Lift up tall, abs and tight. Push back. Breathe. Good work. All right, and bring that foot forward. All right, let's go ahead and stand up. Right, we spend a lot of time sitting, so I want to try to be standing as much as we can. See if you can bring your hands back behind you, right? And then join hands, whether you hold one hand with the other, interlace your fingers. See if you can lift your arms up behind you, right? And we're staying up tall, and we're pulling the shoulders back, and we're squeezing the shoulder blades. And it doesn't matter if they only come up an inch or if they come up to shoulder level. You know, some of us are just born with more elasticity, more looseness than others. So some of this is genetic. Some of it is from, you know, use and practice. Go ahead and release down. Whew. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Lift up really tall. Think about lifting the crown of your head up to the ceiling and tucking your chin a tiny bit. And see if you can turn your palms forward and turn your head side to side. Right? And we're doing it a little bit quickly because we're loosening the muscles so that we can stretch them because they get tight. Good. All right, now turn your chin towards your right shoulder and then tuck your chin down towards your right collarbone. Right, try to keep both shoulders back. Good work. All right, lift your head, look forward. Let's switch sides. Turn, look over your left shoulder, pull those shoulders back. Tuck your chin down towards your left shoulder, your left collarbone. Abs are still in tight. Good, lift your chin, look forward. Bring your arms up overhead. Take a long overhead stretch for as long as you can. Good, and lower your arms back down. Take a big shoulder roll or two to the back. We always want to end with a shoulder roll to the back. And we are done. Great job, everyone. Woohoo! First workout of the new year is on the books. Great job, as always.